Ah, Applejack. Has it already been a year since I sang your praises? Well, I've got lots more to say, so let's get this shindig a-rollin'. Applejack has a rough go with her episodes. Most Applejack-centric stories feature her in a position of authority and needing to either accept help or lighten up. But AJ's a helpful character who shines when she's supporting others. So rather than list the best Applejack-centric episodes, I want to talk about the episodes where Applejack shows her best qualities. So obviously these may not be Applejack-centric, but she has played an important role. And I'm not going to count two-parters as single episodes. Okay, let's start this off. These are the top 10 Applejack appearances.
Who's a silly pony? You're a silly pony. Who is? You is Applejack. Bumping into gates and knocking over fences. Who is? You is Applejack. All day long you trot around, looking at the apples on the trees, dreaming all your pony dreams, licking lips so greedily. Who's a silly pony? You're a silly pony. Who is? You is Applejack. Bumping into posts and falling into trenches. Who is? You is Applejack.
Number 10. Feeling Pinkie keen. Applejack doesn't play a huge role in this story, but represents an important perspective. On one side, you've got Twilight's insistence on reason and fact, rejecting anything that can't be quantified. On the other is Pinkie Pie's belief in the unexplained, but allowing that reliance to cause inaction. The middle point is Applejack, who acknowledges the reality without stressing any kind of belief beyond what her eyes see.
If Pinkie's a-twitching, you better listen.
And when it's even hinted that Fluttershy might be in danger, it's Applejack who leads the way while keeping a level head.
What do you think happened? I'm trying not to think about it.
Decisive, brave, and helpful, Applejack's the pony you want around when trouble might be brewing.
How nice.
Who's a silly pony? You're a silly pony. Who is? You is Applejack.
Number 9. Applebuck Season. Despite this being an episode where Applejack's stubbornness is a key issue, heck, it's the episode that defined that issue, there's a lot to celebrate here. There's the little fact that she saves the entire town from a stampede, but we also see how much other ponies respect her abilities.
Did you see Applejack's slick moves out there? What an athlete!
And it's clear from her full schedule that Applejack supports the community in so many ways. She really is the heart of Ponyville, though clearly not the stomach.
Not baked goods, baked bads.
She's the go-to pony for help, but only when you're sure she's had a decent night's sleep.
Bumping into gates and knocking over fences. Who is? You is Applejack.
Number 8. Spike at your service. Not a great outing for Spike, but Applejack sure gets to shine. From the get-go, we see her athleticism and resourcefulness on display as she takes down 3 Timberwolves. Granted, I'm not crazy about how these threatening creatures were reduced to slapstick comedy, but I can't deny that Applejack knows how to handle herself in difficult odds. We see this again when she faced the Chimera, but that was a little different. AJ knew how to prep for that confrontation, whereas against the Timberwolves, she made the most of her surroundings. And throughout the episode, she remains supportive and respectful of Spike, even though his antics get old fast. She also shows how well she understands her friend. It wasn't the best episode for all, but it is a great demonstration of why I enjoy Applejack, and why she'll never make it on Broadway.
I am a damsel in distress. Help me, Spike!
All day long you trot around, looking at the apples on the trees.
Number 7. Friendship is Magic Part 2.
Now listen here. What I'm saying to you is the honest truth. Let go, and you'll be safe.
I do question why Applejack couldn't just say, "Let go, our friends will catch you," but the meaning is still there. Applejack's sincerity and calming nature are some of her best traits, and it's on full display. But saying the truth when it's towards a positive is one thing. What about when you have to say something that a friend doesn't want to hear?
Dreaming all your pony dreams, licking lips so greedily.
Number 6. Princess Twilight Sparkle, Part 2. When Twilight's life is at risk and Applejack helps save her, she makes one of the hardest talks in the series.
If something happened to you, I just don't think Equestria can risk losing another princess.
Now, Applejack ultimately made the wrong choice, but for the right reasons. She put the future of Equestria first and foremost, assumed leadership in Twilight's absence, and was willing to say what needed to be said even though she clearly wasn't happy. The truth is wonderful when it's something folks want to hear. Far harder to say it to a friend who doesn't want to listen. So right or wrong, I respect that Applejack was willing to speak up when she felt it needed to be heard.
Who's a silly pony? You're a silly pony. Who is? You is Applejack.
Number 5. The Cutie Mark Chronicles. Favorite Cutie Mark story goes to Applejack. Up until this point, her country mannerism seemed like a gimmick. But then we got to see her live a very different life.
Oh, it's simply divine.
So suddenly her life on Sweet Apple Acres is her own choice, a genuine sense of identity. Plus it drives home just how strong her family bonds run. It's adorable, it's character building, and it's one of my favorites. Plus, I've grown to love her mannerisms.
Finally, I can bump like a 5-bit snake herder in an Appaloosa ranch house again.
Bumping into posts and falling into trenches. Who is Applejack?
Number 4. Simple Ways. If Applejack was patient with Spike's shenanigans, she is downright saintly putting up with a love triangle. But even through all that, she never gets offended or angry. Weary, but her sense of humor shines through. But the highlight here is her role as Apple Jewel. The sense of balance we saw in Feeling Pinkie Keen and her history in the Cutie Mark Chronicles come together. She remembers enough about Manhattan to do a better satire than Rarity, and uses that to help snap her friend back into sanity. It was the first time I thought Applejack stole the show, and I loved it. We also learned that she might be an accomplished thief.
Oh, it's, one of yours.
Oh, who knew?
Watching all the rosy apples. Whoops, there goes another fence.
Number 3. Dragon Shy. Every pony got to shine in this episode, and Applejack is no exception. From saving her friend's life to being willing to haul a comatose Fluttershy up a mountain, Applejack showed a strong resolution that's aided the group through some tough challenges. Though I don't know why she thought this would have an impact on a dragon.
Are you coming? Are you going? Why don't you use your horse sense?
Number 2. The main attraction. Best Applejack episode to date. Both her strengths and her flaws are on full display. Her practicality and empathy allow her to sense that something's going on with her long-term friend. But when someone pushes, Applejack has a bad habit of pushing back and loses her cool.
Jealous of what? A pony who hides behind a veil so thick she can't see when some pony's using her?
And I usually enjoy these characters for their flaws as well as their strengths. So it's good to see Applejack stumble, but get back on the right course quickly and without being too obstinate. She gets to show her best by bringing out the best in her friend. But how, oh how, is she able to play a guitar without fingers? Yes, in the list containing mythical creatures, precognition, and genetic impossibilities, a horse playing a guitar is what I find really unbelievable. I'm weird like that.
Who's a silly pony?
You're a silly pony.
Who is
Applejack.
bumping into posts and knocking over fences? Who is
Applejack.
And the number 1 Applejack appearance is Sisterhood of Social. Very biased here because this is my favorite episode to date. Every pony is great here, but Applejack is pure gold. Athletic, hardworking, insightful, and most of all, a great friend. She's nurturing to 2 foals, encouraging to a depressed filly, and a guiding voice for her friend.
Being sisters is like apple pie.
Not to mention she helps mend the rift between siblings through an exceptional ability to hold her breath. How long was she underneath that mud? There's a quality I never thought I'd highlight. Breath control. But all this just points back to what I said earlier. AJ is at her best helping others. Whether it's supporting them with her athleticism, guiding others and herself by her honesty, or just being a supportive friend, Applejack shines wherever she's needed. And while she may not have as many standout solo episodes, so many others have been enhanced by her character. So all hail Applejack and her contributions. I'm Silver-Quill. Thanks for watching.
I don't need no 7th Avenue neon lights, the 5-star parties and the endless nights. You can take it all and wrap it up tight and give it all away. I like walking down a country road, taking in the wisdom of a bullfrog toad. I don't mind carrying a heavy load because I live my life on the simple side.